There is no longer one sales methodology that will work. I cannot believe, and I have not seen in the last years, that this will actually work. When I was a head of global sales or a vice president of sales, I used to buy a lot of training for my sales team. And it was always circling around spin selling, spin methodology, and it, of course, it has its merits. There is no discussion about it. But one of the things that you cannot do is you cannot use the same technique with every salesperson. Not only that, you cannot use the same sales technique with every prospect. So what we have to do is use hybrid sales methodologies. And there are basically 3 that you need to master. So let me very quickly give you a masterclass in the history of B2B sales techniques. 1, Dale Carnegie writes a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, in 1920, and he lays the foundation of solution selling. The concept is simple. Prospect has a problem, prospect understands the problem fully, thus implicitly know the solution. They will come to you and ask for the solution. Spin methodology and all these other solution selling techniques have invented words like value selling, USP, unique selling proposition, all of that in order to differentiate yourself or gain a competitive advantage by positioning yourself as the most important, best product in the world. Second part is, in the 80s, we have the rise of consultancy agencies, and they invented something called consultative selling. Consultative selling means that your prospect knows something's wrong, but they do not know exactly what. Here, what you will do is you will consult the prospect into their problem. So their prospect, what's the problem? They'll say, I think it can go better. I think things must be more efficient. You will go in, do an analysis, a workshop, and then, of course, tell them after 10 days of doing consulting that there is a better way, and of course it's yours, right? That's called consultative selling. Third technique happened together with the rise of the startups. Last 10 years, lots and lots of startups, they arrive with a CEO, they say, this is the problem. CEO looks at it and says, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. I do not have that problem. You don't know you have that problem. The technique is called provocative selling. The thing I wanted to explain to you is what technique to use where. Right? And I think you should master all 3 techniques. You can no longer master just one. Prospect comes to you, I have a clear problem. I need you to solve it. This is the solution I'm looking for. Can you please make me a price? What you have to do here is you have to disbalance them. They are very sure of what the problem is, so you have to make them unsure. You have to bring them out of balance. That is the way to create unrest. And the way to do it is to tell them that the problem is way bigger than they think. And there is an alternative approach to do it. By doing that, they'll get restless. And then you can say, well, we've done this so many times before, there is a model, and you become the trusted partner. Now, if somebody comes to you and they're not fully sure, they tell you stuff like, I think there must be another way. I think it can be done better. I'm not sure. If you feel that, they are fundamentally unsure. So I cannot use the technique I just explained to you, which was solution selling, of going in, say, this is the solution, do it that way. I can't do it because if you do it that way, they will run off and never ever come back again. So here, these people are already unrestful. So I have to create rest. I have to say, look, the problem you think there is has a different root cause. There is a way easier way to solve the problem. It's much more manageable than you previously thought. That way I create rest. People think, oh, this is good, and I'll become the expert that guides them. You see, solution selling creating unrest, consultative selling creating rest. And then we have provocative selling. Well, provocative selling only works when you do this in front of a decision maker. And what you do is you basically take a baseball bat and you literally hit them on the face. Something big is coming. You do not know it's there. It's already eating your market share. It's gonna get worse and will never ever go away. Typically, when we're hungry and somebody eats your lunch, you will be mad and you will pay attention. That is the fundamental technique of provocative selling.